So my name is Noina Farsha. For this introduction, I will be explaining white collar crime in the healthcare system. White collar crime refers to non-violent crimes committed by professionals or organizations who abuse their position on trust for personal or financial gain. In the healthcare system, this can include activities such as fraud, corruption, bribery, or false medical claims. The healthcare system consists of hospitals, clinics, insurance providers, and healthcare professionals who are responsible for providing medical service to the public. Because the system relies heavily on trust and ethical practice, it is highly vulnerable to white-collar crimes. The purpose of this presentation is to provide a clear understanding of white-collar crime in the healthcare sector, highlight its common forms, and discuss its impact on the healthcare system and society.
Hello Miss, my name is Deepan Raj. I'm going to presenting about core concept of healthcare system. Edwin Sutherland concept define white collar crime as offense committed by individual of respectable and high social status in a course of their occupation. The emphasis is not violence but abuse of trust and position. In the healthcare system, this applied to doctors, pharmacists, administrator and supplier who committed crime while performing legitimate professional duties. And my next point is key characteristics of the white collar crime. The white collar crime are not violent and carry out through deception and concealment. They usually involve manipulation of records, false claim, and misuse of authority. These crimes are difficult to detect because they appear legal on the surface. The victims are often widespread, including patients, insurance company, and the government. And my last point is why is the healthcare system is vulnerable. The healthcare system is highly vulnerable because it's built on trust in medical professionals. Billing system and insurance claims are highly complex and difficult to verify. Large financial transactions increase opportunity for abuse. Patients and regulators often lack of technical expertise needed to identify misconduct. Thank you, Miss.
Hi, my name is Kyunish. I'm going to talk about types of white collar crime in healthcare system. Healthcare is built on trust, but white collar crimes exploit that trust for financial gain. These crimes may not involve violence, yet they drain resources and weaken public confidence in the system. One major type is medical fraud. This includes phantom billing where hospitals charge for services never provided and upcoding where simple procedures are billed as more complex ones. Prescription fraud also occurs when fake or unnecessary prescriptions are issued, often to profit from pharmaceutical companies or to divert drugs illegally. Another type is false claims and overbilling. These types when insurance claims are inflated, patients are charged for unnecessary tests or duplicate billing is used to claim payment multiple times for the same service. These practices increase cost and place an unfair burden on patients and insurers. Bribery and corruption are also common. Doctor may receive kickbacks from pharmaceutical companies to prescribe certain drugs. Corruption in procurement is especially serious, where contracts for medical supplies are awarded based on favoritism or bribes, often at inflated prices. This was especially visible during emergency like COVID-19. In Malaysia, we have seen false medical claims involving millions of ringgit during COVID-19. Procurement scandals emerged with overpriced or substandard supplies being purchased due to corrupt practices. These cases were investigated under the Penal Code and the Anti-Corruption Act, showing how vulnerable our healthcare system can be. So white-collar crimes in healthcare range for fraud, and false claims to bribery and corruption. Their impact is massive, draining resources and eroding trust. Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Aziani and everyone. I'm Animala Krishnan. Next, I will be presenting a Malaysian case study on healthcare procurement fraud during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the COVID-19 crisis, the Malaysian government urgently needed medical supplies such as personal protective equipment, ventilators, and COVID-19 test kits. To respond quickly, emergency procurement procedures were implemented. However, these fast-track processes reduced monitoring and created opportunities for white-collar crimes. In this case, procurement fraud occurred when contracts were awarded without proper procedures. Some medical supplies were purchased at inflated price. In certain situations, contracts were given to suppliers who were not qualified or experienced in the healthcare sector. The parties involved included government officials responsible for approving procurement, private companies supplied the equipment, and middlemen who facilitated the process. These individuals abused their position of trust for personal financial gain. This case clearly fixed the definition of white-collar crimes as explained by Edwin Sutherland because the offences were committed by individuals in positions of authority, involved non-violent financial crime, and violated public trust. In terms of law enforcement, investigations were conducted by the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission and together with the Royal Malaysian Police, PDRM. The laws applied include the MACC Act 2009, particularly Section 16 and 17, the Penal Code Section 409 for criminal breach of trust, and the Anti-Money Laundering Act. The impact of this crime includes loss of public funds, potential risks of healthcare workers and patients, and a decline in public confidence in the healthcare system. In conclusion, this case shows that emergency situations increase the risk of corruption, and strong transparency and accountability are essential even during national crises. That's all from me. I will pass this session to my groupmate. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Kamal Rahman. For this section, I will be discussing the role of the law enforcement, this challenge it faces, and the overall conclusions. Law enforcement agencies such as the Police and the Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission or MACC play an important role in investigating white-collar crime in the healthcare sector. They are responsible for the collecting evidence, conducting investigation, and ensuring the offender are accountable under law. However, enforcing white-collar crime law comes with several challenges, including complex financial transactions, lack of evidence, and limited cooperation for the witness. In some cases, investigation also take a long time due to a legal procedure. To prevent white-collar crime in healthcare, strong law, a regular audit, whistleblowers protection, and active training for the healthcare professional are essential. In conclusion, white-collar crime poses a serious threat to the integrity of the healthcare system. Effective law enforcement and law cooperation for the all practice in inclusions ensure transparency and trust in healthcare.